All right, what's going on, everybody? We back at it again. Sorry for the long wait, but just had things going on. But this right here, I'm gonna just jump right into it. This right here was a Instagram video that was sent to me or DM to me, and I've been told that I should probably do a lot of more videos like this. So, especially on the advice that I give on the podcast, really, since a lot of our people aren't taught on the nature of the women and things of that nature, we have to be able to taught that. And the main goal is to be able to reshape the mindset of the so-called black man. Even if you're not a so-called black man and you tap in, the goal is to reshape the mindset. And this is the reason why a lot of our people are not even getting married now, and a lot of so-called men who are waking up and even going into the red pill and things of that nature. There's a reason. So and King Ref talked about this on one of his Instagram posts, and I'm going to be going into that as well. But right here, this one is just a white boy right here talking about how women lack honor, morals, and ethics. But anyone who's listened to the podcast, or if you tap into King Ref, or even people like Freeport and Chronicles of Judah 144, we understand that that's not something that you should completely expect out of a woman. This is the reason why we're supposed to be building yourself up, but you also do have, experience, because experience is the best teacher. So I'm just going to we're going to play through this real quick, and I'm going to go through and break it down.
I'm not saying, all right, I'm not saying all. I'm saying most guys will stay the course with that woman because he'll feel like he owes it to her. He'll feel like she's done so much for him that he can't just leave her behind. Whereas women don't share those same morals. Women will literally dump your ass the second you're no longer providing value in her life, whether it be emotionally, financially, sexually, right? She will get rid of you. Because at the end of the day, women lack honor, morals, and ethics. Okay, they just do, guys. This is why so many guys in these relationships are just baffled when your girl turns on you, when you find out she's cheating, when she just gets up and leaves one day. You're just stunned, right? You can't believe she would do this to you after everything you've done for her, after all the memories you created together, all the vacations.
All right, so as you can hear, he said a couple of really good points. He made really good points, but one thing that you understand coming into the truth is that you shouldn't expect too many of these things from the woman, because just like how King Ref said, we're not really in an environment that's conducive to getting the proper love that we need, or even the even the love for a progressive society, if we want to take it further than that. But let's go right back through it again. Let's hear him again. And let's break down as he goes on.
All right, I'm not saying all. I'm saying most guys will stay the course with that woman because he'll feel like he owes it to her.
Now, and understand, whenever we're talking about women, a lot of people think that we're putting all women in this box, and we're not necessarily talking about all women. For the most part, we are, because, we're mainly talking about maybe 95 to about 99.95% of women, because most women are, they're followers. Women are groupie by nature. Women are groupies by nature. Women are groupie by nature. Women are groupies by nature. And just like he said, whenever this is the reason why they will up and leave you, why it will leave you in shock, because men are the ones, actually, when it comes to a relationship, men are the ones who are, the stable piece in the relationship, so they're the ones who are trying to build at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Which is the reason why a woman could just up, pack, and leave once she sees, that you're no longer providing, or that she sees someone that's better fit, or she feels is better fit. Because once again, a lot of these women are followers. They're listening to the fucking Megan Thee Stallions and the Cardi B's and things of that nature. And the first woman who was really the first woman who fit that role was Lil' Kim in the 90s. And it's crazy because the person who was behind the image of Lil Kim was who? The Notorious B.I.G. You know, even when you have Megan Thee Stallion, her inspiration, she took everything from Pimp C, you know, her little alter ego and things of that nature. But that's really another conversation. But you understand, a lot of these women do a lot of these things because men, they're trying to play, you know, to the emotions of men. They understand that the men's sexual altar is the base. You know, that's the level of which you get attracted. And you know, as of right now, we don't necessarily, you don't necessarily need that, but you do want it for the short term, and that's what comes with the relationship as well. You know, but which this is another reason why a lot of men are avoiding marriage as well, and even trying to avoid, or men are even trying to avoid the commitment in a relationship. A lot of niggas are now just trying to, you know, just get the pussy, and a lot of niggas are cool with that. A lot of niggas are cool with the fact that they're not even you're not even the main one or the only person having sex with this lady or this girl or said woman, you know, which is fucking disgusting if you ask me. But you know, a lot of these women, because you know they're followers, they're followers of a lot of the Cardi B's and Little Kims and shit like that, and they trying to, you know, they think that they're going to be able to capture a man like that. A lot of women, if you listen to them, a lot of women have, you know, allegedly they got that WAP 3000, they got that two-hand Gok they know how to please a nigga sexually, but none of these women are, you know, a lot of these women are taught to battle with you. You know what I mean? A lot of women are taught to compete with you. Well, I'm weak. A lot of women are, you know, taught and raised to compete with you. They're taught how to do without a man, but they're never taught how to keep a man. You understand? Or even how to keep a relationship going, because a lot of because even the music that they listen to, the society that we're in, the environment that we're in, is not conducive and it's not positive whatsoever. So when you have women who's trying to appeal to the sexual altar of men and thinking that that's what's going to get them to get a relationship, you know what I mean? It's unrealistic. The minds of these women are placated, and you know, when people say, you know, it's not our job to clean up the mess of the black woman in the black community. Yes, it is. Yes, the fuck it is, because we're gonna be the ones who's gonna set the standard for the new broads who are getting off the assembly line. You know what I mean? So when there's certain women who, you know, have abortions or who done got trains ran on them or who are on video, we're not taking them serious. You know what I mean? And which is a lot of these women in the first place. And once again, this is why a lot of men are, you know, trying to avoid, you know, what comes with a relationship. Men are just trying to just get the pussy and be cool with being on the nigga and be cool with being a nigga on the side while he's trying to get his paper. You know what I mean? Which is not, which isn't too, which is cool because, you know what I mean, it's in order. But a lot of these women don't want to have anything in order as well, which is a huge reason. Once again, going back to why a lot of men are avoiding the relationship and just cool with having the pussy, because a lot of these women are giving it away vicariously and for free. Anyone who's on Instagram, Martin Luther III, or Vin Lloyd, as he's better known as, right? My bad, Vin Lloyd, better known as Martin Luther III on Instagram. He made a comparison of, you know, women giving away exactly. Let's say he was comparing the woman's vagina or the woman's pussy to a box, her virginity to a box. If you're giving away, not a box of a box of cookies or a box of crackers, you know, and if you're giving your box away to everybody, you're giving the cookies away to everybody. Eventually, you're gonna run out of cookies. So, what's the point of marrying a woman if you're giving a man something that you gave to everyone else for free? And when it comes to marriage, marriage is literally a man taking everything that he has created, everything that he's worked for, everything that he's earned, mentally, spiritually, physically, and in the flesh, meaning money, throughout his career. So when he's ready to settle down, he wants to go find a woman that, you know what I mean, is all for him. But really, when you get with a woman who has way too much experience, that's not going to be able to work. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Even the old timers knew that, and a lot of the old timers thought that when you marry a woman, or you know, when you marry a woman, it makes a woman an honest woman. which is not necessarily true. Chronicles of Judah also says whenever you impregnate a woman and whenever you put the ring on that woman, and after the honeymoon phase wears off from the relationship of the marriage, then her true self will come out. Her true altar will come out, and her true being and her true deity will also come out. You understand? So a lot of the people, this is a huge reason why, marriage doesn't even last in this society, because a lot of women have not been trained to be wives. A lot of women have been trained to not be a companion or a help, but to battle against you. All right. So let's get back to the video, though.
He'll feel like she's done so much for him that he can't just leave her behind. Whereas women don't share those same morals.
So he said a lot of the times the man will stay there because he feel like, she's been through, damn, she's been down for me a long time. And a lot of the times that's how they say a dog is a man's best friend, because the dog is so fucking loyal and the dog is so fucking faithful. Black men are the most faithful and loyal beings on the fucking planet, and that's a fact. When you look at the numbers of the marriage statistics, they say black men always get famous and get money and want to go marry women of the other races. When that's not true. It's more so-called black men who make more money, who are marrying down to stay faithful and loyal to the so-called black community. You know what I mean? But when black men get money and when they get famous, you understand, not even with black men, but anybody, whenever you get famous and your money revenue increases, that opens up the stream of women that you're allowed to deal with. Because once again, women are groupies by nature. They want the finished product, which is the reason why they can just leave you behind, and the woman will stay in and build that, not even build her up. A man, it doesn't even matter how dumb she is. A man, which is why in a king society, a man could go down, if he's the king, meaning the highest rank in that society, there's nobody higher than him, he can go down and marry a bum off the fucking streets. And guess what? She is now the baddest bitch in the society. Once she leaves him, she's not like that anymore. But now in today's society, you can carry off the clout that all the work that a man has built. It's been men that were billionaires. People found out through the little ancestry and bloodline thing, people have had billionaires in their bloodline. But because people were divorced in the 1900s, there was only 2-3 generations that were only able to benefit off being millionaires, and they were back to being regular fucking people. You understand? So in a productive society, you have to make sure that you keep everything in order. But women don't love to deal in order in today's society, in the Western civilization. There's nothing wrong with that, which is why you have to make sure that you're building yourself up at the end of the day. You have to make sure, once again, once the man is ready, he has everything collected already, mentally, spiritually, physically, which is what marriage is, to become one flesh. Once you're ready for all that, you're ready to pass that down. You probably already own a house. The woman is going to turn that into a home. The woman has certain things that cannot be replaced, especially the so-called black woman when she's in her essential nature, when she's in her right form. But once again, a lot of these women are followers, and they're not raised to be wives. So they're going to do what everybody else is doing. The thought culture, the WAP culture, which is the weak ass pussy culture, because they're giving it to everybody else for free, and they're making niggas like you, which is a lot of simp niggas. There's a lot of simp niggas today. A lot of you niggas are doing shit in hopes to get the pussy, and the woman knows that. She has you doing all types of shit. You're taking her to the movies. You're paying for her dinner. You're helping her move her fucking her apartment around. When her friend who comes from out of town, when she needs her shit, you know what I mean? When she needs her shit carried and she needs her apartment rearranged, she calls you up. She goes to the movies with you, then calls you after she goes home and fucks the other nigga. That's a lot of you niggas. You're in hopes of getting the pussy, and a lot of these women understand that, and they're playing to that, and you're playing into their hands. But anyway, let's just get back to it.
Women will literally dump your ass the second you're no longer providing value in her life.
Right, like she should. Like she should, because it's in the woman's nature. A lot of the times, which is the reason why you shouldn't get in the relationship once you're already established. Once you're already established, you can, kind of fall off a little bit and you're not too bothered. You know what I mean? Unless you've been doing too much to try to maintain this lifestyle and you're not able to maintain that lifestyle anymore. But you can live a little bit lower than your means. You know what I mean? How many women are actually living below their means? How many women are actually sitting here and reading the Bible? You understand? A lot of these women are trying to make sure that they get their body in shape. They're getting their ass and titties and lips done, but they're not actually working on their spirit and their soul. Because the Most High, for the most part, doesn't deal with the woman. He's going to work through you. So you can train the woman to be compatible to how you are. The woman is supposed to come out like Chronicles of Judah says. She's supposed to come out like a fucking Barbie. No batteries included. Ready. Out the box. Ready. No batteries included. She's supposed to be able to adapt to you a little bit. You know what I mean? Because that's the nature of that's the beauty of a woman. She's able to adapt to how you like. A man can adapt to nature and to what's going on in the situation. The woman can too in the household because the women are survivors by nature. So they can survive with survivor's guilt. You know what I mean? But let's go back a little bit to get everything in context.
You can't just leave her behind. Whereas women don't share those same morals. Women will literally like dump your ass the second you're no longer providing value in her life, whether it be emotionally, financially, sexually.
You can tell by the face that he made, you know, that's probably something that he dealt with. And this is something that a lot of people deal with because, once again, a lot of these women are already sexually compromised before you even deal with her, man. Which is why the scriptures tell you that there's nothing new under the sun. This is what happened back in the day. Which is why our grandparents tell us, nigga, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. It's very simple. Very simple. You know, but once again, they don't share the same, you know, morals as men because it's a man who's going to wake up, you know, every day on a routine and make sure that he reads to feed his soul. It's a man that usually once you get into a relationship with a, you know, not even once you get into a relationship, what a lot of times attracts a woman is the fact that you're very, very secure in who you are. And that allows her to open up as well. You know what I mean? So you have to already be there. A lot of the times the women, they're going to try to avoid a lot of culpability and accountability going towards their direction because, once again, they're just survivors by nature. It is what it is, you know, which is a lot of the times why, you know, when they're going through an emotional breakdown or through, you know, any trial or tribulation, a lot of the women will just pack up and leave so they can, quote unquote, have a new identity and start from the beginning, start over. What do you think that's for, man? Why do you think they start to get tattoos and, you know, piercings all over their fucking face and cutting their hair and dyeing their hair? It's all to help them from actually looking at what's going on inside and to keep them from healing. Usually that's and usually it's the men who end up playing the healers. You know what I mean? But we're not fucking psychologists. That's the Most High, which is why the Most High is supposed to be the backbone. A lot of the times these women are not dealing with the Most High are not dealing with these women, man. All right. So which is why you need to make sure that you're building up you and who you are. You need to make sure that you're building a foundation, that you have something to go off of. That way, once your money and revenue gets up, your stream of women opens up. So meaning you'll be able to pick and choose who you can deal from. A lot of younger women, if you understand, they try to go for the older man because men are more established. But a lot of women, once they get older and you're in the position now to where you can pick you can pick these younger hoes because most of these women are just battling anyway. They're all battling for niggas because they outnumber us far more. It's usually naturally supposed to be a 4-to-1 ratio when it comes men to women, which is why there's so many fucking simp ass niggas out here, so many hoes. You know what I mean? Like, you can shoot your shot at every single one of these hoes. Even if your shot don't go in, nigga, you gonna make one if you shoot up a billion fucking shots. You know what I mean? Even Shaq hit a 3-pointer, my nigga. But anyway, let's get back to it.
Right? She will get rid of you. Because at the end of the day, women lack honor, morals, and ethics.
Facts. But that's the reason why you shouldn't, when you go to a woman, you're not supposed to be looking for honor, morals, and ethics. You know what I mean? Because that's traits that a man has. Those are traits that a man has. You know what I mean? So Let's get back to it.
Okay, they just do, guys. This is why so many guys in these relationships.
You get it? They just do. It's just the biological makeup of the woman. They just do.
Are just baffled when your girl turns on you, when you find out she's cheating, when she just gets up and leaves one day. You're just like stunned.
Right. And this is the reason why, fuck, what story was it in the scriptures? I don't remember exactly what story it was, but I want to say it. One of the, I think it was Delilah was talking to her son, and she said, you know, pretty much do not get too invested in women. Do not spend all your time and all your money on women and all your effort and energy on women. You know what I mean? And for also too, not to get caught up in drinking, for that is, that's for the poor. Not to get caught up. You can drink and if you want to enjoy yourself, that's what you do. We all have our own vices, but never to get caught up in that shit. Because why? Because things like that, men love so fucking strong. When a man gets into a relationship, he's trying to build for the future. You know what I mean? A lot of women are just looking to survive. There's a big difference there, which is the reason why you shouldn't be going and looking for these traits in the woman. You need to make sure that you go out and live first. You need to make sure that you go out and travel. You need to make sure that you have the strongest relationship that the Most High that you possibly can have. Because when shit like this happens, you won't be too baffled, and it's kind of inevitable to not be baffled and hurt like that. But this is the reason why you must put all your faith, trust in the Most High. Not a woman. All right, brothers.
Right? You can't believe she would do this to you after everything you've done for her, after all the memories you created together, all the vacations.
And remember, he was saying vacation too as well. A lot of you brothers are spending money trying to build with a bitch when you should build yourself up. The point is to build yourself up. All right, but we're gonna carry this over into the next one.